Oh, good morning. Thank you for watching my video and supporting Rusty Inventions. In saying that, if you like what you're seeing, please like and subscribe. It doesn't cost you anything. It alerts you when new videos came out, and it showed me that somebody is interested in what I'm doing and finding it motivating. Maybe you might think of doing your own videos or your own project. Well, and it gives me a bit of motivation. Well, enough of my babbling. Let's get on with it. Well, today I've got a 4-jaw chuck for my Myford lathe. I've got a 3-jaw in the lathe. The problem is with these chucks, you got, I hope you can see that, you got a key, and the key looks something like that with a square tip, and this is the key for the 3-jaw. But the problem I've got is this key doesn't fit in the 4-jaw, and I don't have a key for it. So to be able to use this chuck, I would need to make a key for it. Thing is though, the 3-jaw chuck is a self-centered chuck, so if you turn, I'll show you the 4-jaw because the 3-jaw is in the lathe. Basically, if you turn one of these slots, all of the jaws will, on the 3-jaw, will clamp in together, so you don't have to work all of them, and they should in theory be center. It's not always a perfect center, as you get a bit of play in the jaw. For perfect work you would really need a collar chuck, which I don't have, and hopefully I will get one at some stage. So what I need for this chuck is a key then. But getting back to it, this is not a self-centered chuck, so you have to turn each one to get each claw of the jaws in. If you have a square object, you could fit that, or an oblong, or any object that would fit on this chuck. And in the lathe, saying that because you don't want to hit anything in the lathe. Okay, so you could set something off center, like making crankshafts. You could, of course with these jaws, you could move your object to any spot on the lathe. Yeah, well, I've got, let me just put this down. I've got a few pieces of metal, just old stuff that I gathered through the years. I've got a piece of, I don't know what that was, I think it's a bit of an old chair, a chrome covered I believe it's stainless, saying that there is a bit of rust on it. I think the easiest way would be to check it with a magnet. I've got one of these new magnets and it does stick to it. So it's just chrome covered, I believe. And then I've got an old piece of socket set, the extension bit, but as you can see that was broken off at some stage. I didn't buy this and I didn't broke it. I believe it was thrown out somewhere. I can't believe saying that. It is made by Clark, well known in England. Anyways, that is also magnetic. I tried it in a lathe. I don't have a metal testing kit in the sense of testing the hardness of the metal, but it does turn, the metal cutter does turn it, so that's fine. I can use that. So the idea is to make a square on here and use that as a handle, popping that through there, so that I've got some leverage to clamp it down. It might be a bit long. I'm not decided yet if I want to cut it off. We'll get to that, we'll see. As the English say, I like to wing it, and you might see it in future videos of mine. I like to wing it, and I change my mind often, because what is the mind if you can't change it? Okay, let's get to the lathe. Saying that, yeah, let's get to the lathe. Okay, so here we are at the lathe. It's a Myford lathe, like I said, the ML7 edition. I've got the stand for it as well. Anyways, I'm here at the lathe. So there is the 3-jaw chuck, as you can see here. And like I said, it's a south center chuck. So if I turn any of these little keys, all three of the jaws will clamp together at the same stage. You can clamp it on the inside or on the outside as you turn it out. You know, rewind the key. But then you have, I've got another set of claws as well for outer clamping, which basically they step is the other way around, so you can clamp a piece from the outside. This isn't a very big chuck, it's about 4 inches. It's not a big lathe at all. So what I got here, I dug out my Myford ML7 vertical slide. That is it's a milling attachment, and that fits into the what do you call it now, the slots here in the bottom on the cross slide, so that it's makes it quite solid. I've got it up and down slide here. I think it's the Y axis normally on a milling machine. I've made a attachment so I can fit this. This is actually just an old drill vise, but quite sturdy. I've got on there so that I could fit, it's just a piece of metal, 6-sided metal in there, and so that I could fit this this vise on this attachment, so that I can use it as a milling attachment on the lathe. So it's basically a horizontal mill at the moment. So again, just for review, you got your ways, and the ways needs to be protected. I've got a board which every time when I undo the chuck, I put it underneath so that I don't damage the ways. The ways, I believe it's not hardened. I haven't tested, I haven't got a testing kit even for metal hardness. And you put that on, you got the ways, you got your thread there, your lead screw, you got your cross slide. So basically if I turn that, the whole normally your cutters would work in that axis. Then I got the tool post, the top slide, with the tool post on it. The tool post can fit in different settings, you in different angles. You can fit tools in it. Tools are the cutters. I've got assortment of cutters there. Some of it's got inserts, and some of it is just the old tool steel or whatever it's been made of. Okay, and that cutter I'm not going to take at the moment. I'm not going to take the milling attachment off. Basically that cutter slot in there, without all of that, that cutter slots in there, and you can run it on a machine. The machine can drive this cross slide backwards and forwards, so it goes into your workpiece, and you can run it backwards, forwards, and whatever you need. Just a little update. So what we got here is on the vertical slide, or basically on the vise, I've got a dial indicator. Now with the dial indicator you can, oh come on, that's it. Okay, so I've got it on 0. You can turn the face, which in turns turn the dials inside so that you could 0 it out. But let's see what happens if I move this over. Like you can see, oh, that's not even touching. Let me push it in a bit deeper. That's it. As you can see, as I turn this, this is not level to the chuck, or on not on the same level as the chuck. So it's not vertical. So what I need to do is undo the back of this vertical slide. It's got a swiveling action, and tap it slightly over so that I could dial it in. Let me just undo some bolts here. I'll move the tailstock away. I'll undo some bolts here and then knock it, not with my biggest hammer because I don't want to damage the lathe. I'll just knock it with a little hammer. It actually needs to go over quite a bit. If I just level it up by eye, my eagle eye. I know some people who thinks their eyes is very good. Let me tell you, in terms of not needing to use levels and indicators and everything, if you do machine work, you need a bit more than that. Let me just turn this over. Come on, this is bouncy, but this is only a cheap indicator. I think I'm going to replace that with another one I've got here. This is what happens if you buy cheap stuff. I bought this a long time ago, and it was only because I thought, oh, that'll do the job, and it's quite reasonable, so I didn't buy quality. I was a bit skint. Now this one is new, it's digital, probably also not the best quality, because I am tight. I don't like to spend money. Although I do like quality, I just don't like to spend money. Let's see what happens here. I actually want it on the jaw. So there. See, on, off. I zero it out. Zero. Now I need to not move it. That's it. Okay. Let's see what happens if I move it backwards and forwards. You see, it's quickly showing you it's still not right. So I'll just knock it over a little. Pull that back. See what happens now. Actually, my eagle eye is still telling me that is not right. So, looking at that, I'd say that is a bit closer. Let's zero that out. My eagle eye is just no good. That's why I wear glasses. That's close enough for now. You see, that's what happens. It's still not there. But I ran out of trouble. Okay. Let me push it over a little. Get a better position for it. Let's see what happens. I zero that out. Okay, it's saying 1. Okay, it's the other way now. So we want to go back a little. Let me just. Still a bit much. Let's see if I zero that out again. Alright, that is. It's not straight to start with, that's a problem. So this point is high a little. Let's see. I'm going to do that off camera and come back to you. I'm set up now. What I got in there is I've got that indicated. I'm just looking for some cutters. got that indicated, so it is square to the jaw, the chuck. Okay, so the idea is, and in the vise, I've got a piece of 6-sided square stock that you saw before. I need to be able to get them square sides on the new key. To be able to get that, I need a piece of square stock, but of course I don't have one, so I'm gonna make one, no problem. And the idea is that once I've got the square stock, I would put, where is it now? Actually, I would drill a hole down the center also with the lathe, and then maybe put a bolt or grub screw in there so that I could hold the piece of stock in there, and then you could just flip it over onto your 90-degree sides so that you could cut a nice and perfectly square key that will fit into the new chuck. So as I explained, this is the key for this chuck that fits in there, and as you turn it, all the claws are coming together like that. I've got not the best idea, but with this, you're not really supposed to do this, but I don't have a collar chuck, so this is what I'm doing. It's not the newest bit, so I don't care that much for it, and hopefully it doesn't damage my chuck. So I'll bring the workpiece up close, lift it to where I'm happy with. I'm not doing any precision work here, so you have to excuse me if you're expecting that. I'm not the best in terms of everything. I don't know everything. I'm not even gonna pretend to know everything. Let's see how much travel we got in this cross slide. Probably not enough. Yeah, I thought so. No problem. We work with what we got. Okay, so start up the motor, just see if it spins 3. You always got to check your movement, check if it spins 3, because you don't want to run it into the chuck or something in the chuck and damage it. It's just not worth it. Oh, come on. That's it. Lock my cross slide. The more you can lock everything off, the less chances there is of vibration, because where 2 surfaces aren't fixed together, you always get a bit of a vibration. Okay, let's see what we got. Start it up. Running free. Nice. Okay, so I'll slowly bring it into the workpiece. I'll undo that. Because after all, we're not in a big rush. We'd rather not damage anything and start cutting it. The idea is to cut another surface on there, 90 degree to the top and bottom. so that I could use that to indicate on my piece of bar stock. I'm going to stop you there and come back to you when that is done. Okay, so there we got it. One side is milled off, 90 degrees to both the other sides. Perfect for me. Oh, let me bring you on camera. Okay, that's it. That's not a bad finish. It's milled off perfectly square with both those sides. So what I need now is the same thickness and that on that side to make it square. I don't have at the moment a decent pair of micrometers, so I'll use the calipers. Let's see what we got. Zero that out. In millimeters, that is 26.88. And that is not far off, actually. I've taken it way too deep. Can you believe that? That means scrap that piece, take another one. Let's see. Actually, I'm wondering if I shouldn't just take a round piece of stuff, square it up. Let's see what I got here. I'm going to use another piece. This one is rusty. Let's see. So this is 26.9, 27 mil. Let's say 27 mil, that's pretty close to. So we need 27 mil. To get 27 mil, if I zero that and I go, I should have done this before, I go on the long sides, so you got 3, say 4 millimeter, if you want to go that precise. I don't think it matters in this instance. 4 millimeters, so I need to take 2 mil of either side to make it square. Or I can put it in there maybe. I'm not going to even bother with that. Change my mind. Like I said, I can change it. I'm keeping the privilege. I think I'm going to use it as is. Let me take all of them chips out, because that's something that could give you not accurate readings. I like to keep oil on everything just to make it running smooth and lubed it. It's a very good idea. Okay. So yeah, I got a piece of stock in there. I want this to make the square on this side. I do want to put a center point in there if I need to support it with the center in the tailstock. revolving center to be able to work on it. So I'll do that now. I've got the center drilled in there, got the tailstock locked off, and I'm gonna just gently drill it in there. I don't want to put too much pressure on it because it's not very much supported at the moment. I just dialed it in as good as I can by eye. So okay, let's go. Put a bit of lube on there, bit of oil, just to make it cut better and easier on the drill. That's good enough. Okay, so now and if I want to, I can bring the center in and I can true up all of that surface, which I'm actually gonna do. I'll just move that out of the chuck a little bit more because I got it in quite as deep as I can go to try and get a secure fixing on there, because I did struggle a little, to be honest, to try and center through that workpiece out before I fix it all the way. Let me just, that's a kitty. I can lock that off, put that in there and lock that off. So both of them are locked off, and now, as I said, spin the chuck to make sure it's free. Now I can work on this piece if I want to, and I actually do want to. What I need to do is spin the cutter around a little, bring that out, just so I got enough space. I don't really want to run into the tailstock. Alright, lock that off. Okay, so you're on, what is this, measurements are so minute, 81 there. Okay, let's put, I can't remember which way that's spinning. Let's see. That actually works. Okay, and off we go. So the tailstock now get driven by the lead screw through the gears in the back, so that this cuts by itself. I want to put a bit of lube on there. I'm just giving it a only minute little cut, just to make sure that I don't run into anything, which is pretty safe, seeing as the whole piece is pretty clean and visible. I'm only going to go up to the knurling. Okay, bring it in by 3 thou. Let's see what happens. Very pleasing to look at the machine work, but after a while it gets a bit boring, so I'll run it a little bit more, and then I'll probably do it off camera and bring it in when I'm happy. So that is the lead screw, the half nuts for the lead screw. If I push that down, the lead screw drives the cross slide backwards and forwards. I've got over here, obviously you've got to stop the chuck from turning, so engage the clutch, and then I can use the lead screw backwards and forward over here, and that just turns the lead screw either backwards or forwards. But I'm just going in the one direction. I'm quite happy with that. Another 3 thou. Give it a bit of lube. It's very hard material, so I'm not going to rush it through. See, it's quite hot, the colour of the shavings. Oh, I got another plan. It sort of comes to me sometimes. I'll make a plan to be changed to make another plan. So I'm just about happy with this. Basically, I discovered this might work even better. There you are. I can slide in there, nice and easy. And all I do is with this tool holder I can fit it, so less is better. I noticed that this diameter is very close to my tool holder size, so I am able to fit this piece of metal bar stock in my tool holder, and I can work it like that. That's a lot better, isn't it? Okay, I just want to check if I got a bigger cutter, because that will actually help me a bit. There you are. What size is that? 1/2 inch. That looks bigger. According to the box, it's 1/2 inch. Put that in there rather. Put that away. And get this out of the way. There you are. That's a bit better. Get the big boy out. Okay, I'm back. My battery was low, so I end up having to go and get it charged, the camera battery. Okay, so I've got to take off 3.15 mil either side to square it up. Let's see what happens. Just get it close to start it up. I'll lock it there. Put it in a little. doesn't seem too happy, but we'll just disengage the lead screw. That's better. Bit more quiet. I'm gonna have to do something else. That doesn't seem to work nicely. Let's see. I've got a grinding stone. Got a grinding stone, but because I don't want any grinding dust on the ways, I will have to cover that up. It's not really what I plan to do, but again, plans are there probably to be changed, as seems to happen often. Let me just get this assembled and see what happens. Hopefully it runs through. Okay, let's see. Undo that, move this away, get that out of the chock. Wasn't good for it. Wasn't very happy at all. So let me fix this in there. Then I'll just do the old bolt up, the nut up a bit tighter. Okay, see if it spins through, nothing catching, start that up and see what happens. Hopefully it runs true enough. What did I say? You see, I lose focus so quickly. Cover the ways up. What I've got is I've got some blue roll. So I don't want that grinding dust on the ways, especially as it's not tempered as far as I know. I'd rather cover it up than damaging it. That's better. Alright, let's see what happens. Yeah, that will do. Bring that away a touch and start it up again. Luckily it's not much. back in fire. See what I've got here. It's still a way to go. And it really wants to burn. Oh, we're very close near. Couple of now, and then we might be there. Ow. That's not very clever. A little bit more. Should be it. Yes. Now we're cooking. Okay. Let me just. I don't like this dust on the machine. Let me just get rid of that. Dispose of that. All right. So. That's the one side of it. So I've got a little square here. So in theory, I clean that up. If I got that at 90 degrees, no, sorry, if I got that 180 over, that will be square. Again, where is my Allen keys? Got that there. So let's undo that. Undo all of these Allen key bolts. I'll turn it over. And do it up again. Who's invading my space? I can hear a phantom and a door. Okay, let's see what I got. Alright, pretty happy with that. Put that away and then turn that back a little, cover the ways up again. Of course, we don't want to damage the machine, it's still got a couple of years to go. Start it up and do it again. see how close am I to the dimensions. I want it at 7mm. Close enough. Yep, a little way still to go. That's not working good either. Next plan. Well, I'm running through plans today. Let's see what I got in my drawer. I don't know how these will work though. I don't even know if my lathe would be able to chuck it. Let's see. These are supposed to be able to cut metal. But it's more like a Dremel type of arbor, and I'm not too sure if my lathe would be able to chuck that small. Let's see. Possibly, maybe, I don't know. Let's see. Put that away. That's the nice thing about the self-centering chucks. Mine is pretty good, so I sort of trust it actually to be pretty much in the center. Now again, check if everything is free. Now this is where the problem is. It's a slight wobble I notice. You see what I mean? That is not going to do me much good, I believe. Let's see what happens. It's not going to work. So, plan, where are we now? Plan number Z, I believe, is coming up very quickly. Grinder. I think that'll sort it out. I've got somewhere in the old cookie jar. I've got some blades. I don't know if I've got an arbor foot. Hang on, what's this? Look at that, slitting saw. I have received that with the lathe. So I don't really want a bigger slitting saw. So what I'll do, chuck this and Oop, let's take this away. I'll put it in the chuck. And it's got a center point, good. Change that over. Hopefully it's gonna clean up. Hopefully it's gonna undo actually. Let me put some love on it, lubricant. Silicon WD-40. There you are. Oop. Stay there. Alright. WD-40. Some lubricant on the job. I'm knocking everything over that's around me. I don't have a massive amount of space around here, as you luckily can't see. Alright, let me bring the old tailstock in for a bit of support. That's better. Swing it over to the old back gear, and don't put, I hope not to put too much force on it. Yeah, there you go. Lovely, look at that. That's it. Take the tailstock away. Take the... That's it. Look at that. Oh, so many goodies I've been left. Very grateful for that. Okay, let's see. Normally, in any blade, there's a direction. You can see the cutting. The blade will need to cut in the direction of the teeth. So, if I'm lucky at all, which I believe I am, there you are. Look at that. Put that in there. Oh, I got a bit of lube in my hands. Alright. Bring that over. Lock that in. That out. In. Lock it all off. And let's see what we got. Where are we with our measuring tools? What did I do with it? Oh, that's my new one, and I chucked it there in the corner. So I'm quite happy with that there. Okay, let me put that safe this time. Alright, now I haven't done any work honestly with a slitting saw, so it is a newbie for me. Take it out of back gear before I start the motor up, and start it up. I believe I need to go slow and just see something. So I can go in a slower gear. Yes, I believe so. Let me put that over there and there. What's that? See what's happening now. Close this up. That's better. Bit of lube on the job, because we like it lubed up. Then we go very gently and very slowly work our way in. Because with a slitting saw, as far as I understand anyway, you don't need to, you don't want to rush it. Made a right old mess out of this anyway. It seems to be going alright. Very impressed with that. Let it work its way around. So my setup here is basically very similar to a horizontal mold. I don't really need the old drag, but oop. See, that's what happens if you're stupid. Keep your hands away. And I can promise you I've had a few times of stupidness. Off we go then. Keep your hands away from the blades. Don't do what I do. Do what I say. Let me spin it over. I think it'd be better actually if I spin it 90 degrees. Where is that Allen key? I need some space. I've got too much stuff here. I'm so quick to just leave stuff everywhere. Fill up each tray and spot. Oh, look at that. That's what I want. So somehow I need to turn this to 90 degrees, and I've got a little plan, of course. Over here, as you remember maybe in my first, actually my last video, I have got a digital level. So if I put that on there, let me put it upside down even, doesn't matter. Put that on there, squeeze that in there, push a 0. Yeah. Alright, now if we turn it on the same face, we turn it 90 degrees, that should show it up, innit? Use the things you got in your workshop to help you out. Look at that. And this is quite accurate, surprisingly actually accurate for what it is, a little box. That's it, all there is to it. Now if I can switch this off somehow, that's it. Me and technology, I'm rubbish with it. I love manual stuff. Alright, let's see. Now I actually want to take it or cut it as close to the position where I actually want to have it, because I probably hardened it. I all of my silly maneuvers. Okay, so that is my thickness of the hole I want. If I zero that, undo the bar, then I got 5.8. So 5.8 divided by 2. Some of you clever people can work it out quicker than me. 5.8 divided by 2 is 2.9. So if I go back to 2.9, get it bang on is not easy, especially for me with the shakes. 2.8, 2.9, look at that. Let me just add up quickly. 2.9, 2.9 is 18, yeah, there you go. Alright, so this is where I want it. Just a rough estimation and get that close to where I want it. Of course, I don't really want to grind it too much. Let's see what we got there. I'll lock the carriage off. It is. Start it up and pull it back from the workpiece and off we go. Little back. Loop and cut it. It seems like plan Z was the one. We needed it all the time. Silly me. Why haven't I thought of that? Not to worry. Many ways to kill a cat. Look at that. Slowly but surely. I don't even know if the blade's hardened, but I would think so. What's that? It's a slitting disc. Perfect, look at that. Where's my rag? I think I dropped it. I have a new one. Okay, what a nice slot that is. Okay, now we want to go to 0, because that's where we have reset the old calipers. That's it, bang on 0. So that, the next slot is where we want it in. Look at that. Unlock the carriage, move it over, and with this setup I can cut it on both sides, which is even better. Look at that. Start it up again, bit of lube, and off we go. Happy days. It's not totally in the center. A little bit embarrassing to be honest, but you know what, it's going to do the job. It's not special. Don't tell anybody and nobody will know. at that. That is almost pleasing. I wonder if I can get it any better. Okay, so unlock everything, push it away. I might even do it better next time. Take that away. Oh, the slitting saw worked a treat, man. Take that out of there. Now before you do undo a setup, you need to make sure that you're happy with it. Now because of the grinder thing that didn't work, I'm actually contemplating of redoing the whole thing, starting afresh, and that's pretty easy. All you do is just slice it and start again. Yeah, I think so, because at least I've got a method now. So that's gonna be the next episode, and now you see how things work in my world. You try it the first time with, you think, a clever idea, it all changes, and you do it again, maybe a little better, and it all changes again. You see where your silly plans didn't work out, so you do it again, and you keep going and keep going, and then eventually you get to a point where you say, oh, you know what, I can live with that. That is close enough. It's not perfect, but it's close enough, and that's my world. Thank you for watching. I hope you have a really good day, and I hope you get to do what you want to do, your plans, your future. I hope you having a lovely rest of the day wherever you are. Thank you very much. Have a good day. Bye.